said I seen a bag move and fell in love with it, forever hustling. Man, I can't go out on no sucker shit. I can step on that shit like I'm Jesus, turn around and flood some shit. Jump out with that on me, it sound like a nigga stuttering. When you out in public, man, be cautious who you fucking with. I know some niggas that got killed because of what they cousin did. I know a nigga serving 20 years because what his brother said. Fuck my head up, real dog, I can never trust again. My heart.
We back. It's Any and Everything podcast by two kings, man. This motherfucking P and I'm motherfucking D, man. We back off a goddamn reboot.
Back, put it back in circulation, man.
Yeah, we back, man. We miss y'all. We know y'all miss us, man. There's been a lot of things going on since we last met. So before we jump into all of that, we just gonna talk to y'all about how Any and Everything podcast by two kings about to go. Y'all know y'all can subscribe and follow us on all platforms. Now at this juncture, we going from all platforms on the internet, social media, to now we doing iPod. All of your podcast apps as well. So make sure y'all follow us on all of that. That's right there. That's P. My bad. That's right there. Go ahead and holler at him, my brother.
So what's been up, man? On this break, taking this break and rebooting back up.
Yeah, man. A lot of things we're going to get into, pretty much the same what we've been in, talking about everything. Ain't nothing off limits, but what we want to start doing more is bringing other people on our podcast, promoting what y'all got to give. We want to build a community this go around. Right. So instead of just coming on up here, chopping it up with us, you going to come up here, you're going to promote what you got to offer. We don't care if you selling hair. We don't care what you doing. We don't care what you selling. We want to be a part of it. We want to build a community, and we want to
know about it.
Yeah, we want to know about it. We want to talk about it because it's all important.
I mean, it's a networking system. Getting everybody together and start networking inside our community, putting everybody on one page.
I agree. So if y'all feel like y'all need to come up here and I want a holistic doctor to come up here. So if you're a holistic doctor and you want to talk to us about the Western civilization of medicine and herbal medicine, come on up here. Lawyers, we speak a lot about family and child care. So if you're a lawyer, a tax rep, anything in that nature, man, from the top, a judge, all the way to the bottom, we want teachers, we want everything, everybody, come on here and say what you got to say. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, and we got a black tarp too. Hey, change this to your product. What's your product? Come sit your product up here. If it's something good, if it's something of due to our community, you see, we got cuts, we got it all, man. So come promote your business. Come talk about what we talking about.
I mean,
right?
The main thing is keeping the
black dollar. Keeping the dollar black. Circulate that black dollar.
Circulate it through our neighborhood like it's circulated through every other neighborhood.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So, our community need it the most.
I agree. Because we are the big holder of the dollar. Mm-hmm. We hands down the biggest consumer.
Because, it's when I go through other cities and it's like I see different stores and I'm like, I never heard of this store before, but you can see that store is thriving.
Yeah.
But if you go down some, within our city.
It's coming back now though.
Like certain areas, but you know what I'm saying? It's a process.
Yeah, it is.
So, it's cool. It's a process.
It's coming back in certain areas, but we want to help it thrive and help it continue to thrive. If you ain't got your hands in, then you can't be hands on.
No, if you look at the Livernois area, 6 Mile and Curtis all the way up to, 8 Mile. They doing good things over there.
All black owned, all downtown. A lot of going into downtown is becoming black owned as well.
So I like to see places like Grasher, Van Dyke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
7 Mile got to come back.
7 Mile, you know what I'm saying?
8 Mile for sure.
Just the major community shops. Because, the thing about it is we don't really have malls anymore in the city.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So, instead of driving far
and black people, and we make everything now.
Right.
I remember back in the day, you was getting looked down upon for shining shoes and cleaning shoes. Right. Now you making a bag off cleaning shoes.
The thing about it is, instead of supporting the people that's already millionaires and billionaires, Gucci,
I agree.
Louis Vuitton. You got a lot of people out here that have good brand clothing.
Talk to them about your brand. We already know about it. Go ahead.
But
for the newcomers, for the new family members, man.
One dude I do want to speak on that, basically I'll be really checking out and looking at a lot of things he's doing in the community. My man with 313. Illinois. I mean, he's doing real big things, and you know what I'm saying. I like his movement.
So come on up here. You hear that shout out? Come on up here.
I mean, if you think about it, we as black people are very talented. We're very creative.
The best of the best.
You know what I'm saying. Most of these ideals that's on the market basically came from us.
KFCs, electricities. We just couldn't. The thing about it is, we invented it, but back then we couldn't patent it.
Right.
You feel me? So a lot of the slave owners was identifying what we were creating. Mm-hmm. KFC, Popeye's chicken. You feel me? Clothes, all of this stuff. And what they do, they took it and got a patent because it was cheaper and easier for them to get a patent.
Right.
And then they created a legacy off of it.
If you look at the urban community, the hip hop community, I mean, you're talking about trillions of dollars.
Yes.
I mean, advertisement, clothing.
You know what shouldn't have never went away?
What's that?
FUBU.
Yeah.
FUBU shouldn't have never went away. I don't care what nobody got to say. FUBU shouldn't have never went away. For us, by us. Plain as day.
And it's a lot of, clothing lines like that didn't survive because we didn't put too much into it. You know what I'm saying?
You can
we
name
felt
them.
that it wasn't,
adequate enough.
Versace or
but we could have made it for Versace and Louis Vuitton.
And that's
Look at S-Dots. Look at S-Dots. Remember S-Dots?
Yeah.
S-Dot Carter's?
Oh yeah.
Jay-Z shoe. Look at S-Dots, man. S-Dots should have went crazy.
I mean, that's one
Jay-Z.
of the things. That's one of the things that Kanye was speaking on. Even though he goes on his rants, some of the things he say make sense. If I got billions and you got billions and you got billions, why are we not promoting and producing our
Why we
own
not
stuff?
putting our business together
Right.
and creating manufacturers like they got? You feel me? That's what I hope that this Kanye West and this Kyrie Irving wave is leading to.
Right.
You feel me? Because I see Kyrie playing his games. Nike dropped him now.
Right.
So he playing his games and he's still wearing Nikes, but he's wearing a symbol over the Nike, whatever. I don't remember what
like
it said.
They blacked out.
Yeah, or he wrote on the shoes over what the Nike say, you feel me? And I'm hoping what they doing is leading towards them to creating their own lane because Kyrie for sure gonna sell some shoes.
Yeah.
And Kanye for sure gonna sell some clothes and shoes. You feel me? So if they take that wave, what they on right now, create their own market, create their own lane, and go from there, man, that'd be something massive.
I mean, if you take that business from them and bring it back to the community, I mean, it's taking that power from them.
Yeah.
Because the dollar is power.
That dollar definitely is power.
So look at the turnout. They just had another shoe release for Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the turnout for that. That's not trickling really back down in our communities.
Mm-mm.
If people privately start opening their own stores, say Kanye start opening his own Yeezy stores all around the country. You know what I'm saying? More jobs in our neighborhood, more dollars circulating in the black community. You know what I'm saying?
But you want to know what I hate, though? I hate the stigma that black people get about doing business. Like, oh, they always late, or, it's always something with a black, But because I always say this. When you go to Home Depot or you go to McDonald's, you don't get the best of the service. Or you go to KFC or you go to Church's Chicken with the Arabics, they talk to you all disrespectful. You go to the gas station, they rude as hell and trying to hit on you, all of that. So that's in everybody's culture. It's always going to be upside or downside in everybody's culture. You just got to take whoever business that you're dealing with that's good in a black community and promote and thrive theirs. You don't have to down talk nobody else's business.
I mean, we can't take one bad experience.
There it is.
And be like, that's how every black business is ran, because every black business
is definitely not ran that way.
I mean, if that's the case, you can take one bad experience at Walmart or one bad experience at McDonald's. And,
they quick to do it. We quick to judge our own culture.
Yeah.
With a fine tooth comb, But with any other culture, we give them a whole lot of leeway.
And you know, the thing is, we quick to laugh at each other's downfall.
Very
you know
fast.
What I'm saying?
Very
Real,
fast. But we hurry up to help Sarah. We hurry up to help her. We hurry up to help Charlie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we got to start giving that same effort for our own people. Because all it is a learning experience. Really, we should all be able to accept criticism.
Right.
You feel me? Constructive criticism. Why? Because it builds your business.
Yeah.
That's the what they say, the suggestion box.
Right.
And everybody should be able to leave a suggestion box.
I mean, you got to look at the world today. Everybody's so sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you say is, demonetized.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you take it back to the day, when you express yourself, you express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically how you felt your opinion.
Mm-hmm. The First Amendment.
You can't have an opinion.
Nope. I was just about to say the First Amendment is not the First Amendment no more.
Right.
It's with ties now. It's with ties now. That freedom of speech is not all that free that it's cracked up to be. In the land of the home and the land of the brave, it's still some shit you still cannot say.
You got to understand, if you really want to take it back, you got to look at things that's being said today are not as harsh as they was in the past, but people are so sensitive to it that
Yeah.
can't even say it.
Yeah, I agree. Like in a comedian's aspect, they can't speak on political views the way they choose to because they're gonna get canceled or culture canceled or LBG canceled or politically canceled. So it's always something that's stopping. Even in politics, people that's running can't speak on they views because what they did, how they used to feel, racist politicians, how they used to feel back in the day, coming up now. Let's say they change and they wholeheartedly change. I got a fine belief within the racial system, my brother. So I don't believe that a racist man can change. And if you can't, I'm sorry. I do believe that a racist man can change, but you have to show me how you change. You have to show me. And change don't just come from one incident. It comes from several incidents happening and non-planned incidents happening, and you showing that, I'm an ally and I'm not against or secretly against. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you look at, two key points just to, back up what you said. Mm-hmm. Okay, first of all, like a lot of politicians and stuff like that's been in Congress, the Senate for the last 30, 40 years. You got to think, them the same people that was marching and saying that they don't want black people in their neighborhoods. They don't want the civil rights bill passed. They think it's stupid. They felt that black people are getting treated equally in the communities and stuff like that. And people were still getting demonized, hanged, set on fire. So these are the same people that's making laws. These are the same people that had these seats for years. And if you think about it, what did they do to Kevin Hart? They went back, 2008?
Yep.
2009?
Off a joke, he said.
Kevin Hart don't want his son to be gay.
Off a joke, he said.
I mean, if you're a straight male, you don't want your son to be gay.
Right.
I mean, if he happens to be gay,
you're going to love him regardless.
You're going to love him regardless. Mm-hmm. But for me to say that I don't want my son to be gay, that's what I don't want for my family.
Those are my preferences.
Right. That's my preferences, no matter how I feel. I'm not demonizing anybody. I'm just saying what I want to see within my family.
So how would you feel if a white person came up to you and be like, I don't feel like my preference, let's say you was dating a young lady and she was Caucasian, hypothetically speaking, right? And her parents came up. My preference is not for my daughter to date a melanated man.
I don't give a fuck. That's not your decision to make. That's your decision to make.
But she can have her preference, though. Would you be?
They can have their preference. I wouldn't care about.
I was just about to say you can't feel disrespected.
No, I don't feel disrespected
because she didn't disrespect you in the content of what she said.
If you want to take it back, really, I'm older. I got daughters.
Right.
So, at my younger age, when I was in my, 19s or 20s, no, I couldn't see one of my daughters with anybody of a different race other than black. But, as the years done changed, And you know what I'm saying? I'm more understanding of each culture, and I'm more understanding of, you know, you don't base people on color, you base them on their character. You know what I'm saying? I know good and bad, black, white, you know what I'm saying, Italian, whatever it is, but you know, I'm grown and mature enough to know that, hey, if this person is cool, this person is loyal,
you understand
this person
love.
is honest,
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? I'd rather rock with that. I'm not trying to, you know, base you on your colors. Color is not a big thing with me. Character is. You know, I can really go off character, because just because we the same color don't mean you're gonna do me right.
But because I'm fully 100% in disagreement. Because I believe that, because I have a daughter, I'm teaching my daughter black love. I'm showing her black love. I'm distributing black love. I kiss her with black love. My whole intent, anything that I speak on, is through my culture, from what I've been taught from generation to generation, the truth and the lies. You feel me? And then what I've researched, the truth and the lies, and what I took in and deciphered for myself as what I wanted to display to what my daughter, because I do understand that the daughter's first love is her father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she's going to take the love that I give her and express it to other people, and it's going to radiate to attract the male that best displays me. You feel me? So in that aspect, what am I showing you? I'm showing you black genuine love. Right. Why? Because it's love, pure love from our culture. I'm a disciple of black everything. I'm not anti-white. I'm not anti nothing.
Right.
But I am poetically black everything. I have other race friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do. I love them. I know what love is. I love them and I treat them accordingly. To me, they allies. You know, they not me. They not me. You me. Right. You feel me? They are allies, because back in slavery days, yeah, they would get killed for talking to me.
Right.
But they wasn't demonized as you being me. You feel me? They was demonized as allies. Right. You know what I'm saying? So still in today's time, I don't know, I still just got that mindset.
I got that concept of, you know, black love and keeping them, you know, the family going.
Because when she have a baby, that baby is it's still gonna be deemed as black, but you watering down my heritage. You're watering down our lineage.
Yeah, we can say that, but in today's society,
I understand.
It's a different world.
I understand. I understand. But I like to deal with principles and principles and morals, bro.
That's like I got an Asian friend. He's Asian and black. So we had this conversation sometimes. So I say, what do you identify yourself as? This is our joke, because, you know, everybody now is so, you know, into identifying themselves. So I say to him, what do you identify yourself as? He was like, I'm Blackanese.
The definition of.
Right, and I'm like, Blackanese, and I thought that shit was so goddamn funny, because every 10 to 15 years, they make up a name for us.
Yep.
What is you this year? We're Negroes.
Right.
10 years later, what are you? We're black.
Right.
Another 10 years later, what are you? African American. I mean, we
now
have
they trying to
changed
take
so
away the
much.
African out and just say we Americans. Now we just black Americans.
I mean, we done changed so much. We the only race that done change.
Yeah.
Every, 10 to 15 years.
But I believe that the change is forth because we don't know our history.
Exactly.
But then they know their history.
Oh yeah.
So once
they know their history,
once we mate with them, they gonna teach their kids their history, because the school's gonna teach it, society gonna teach it, the everything is gonna teach it. Who's gonna teach them the other half of their history?
That's our responsibility. That's our job.
But we barely know ours.
That's why you got to research.
So right. So even within, this child is getting strong history, heritage, understanding from this point of view. Right. But they getting the wishy-washies, the could-have-bees, they were slaves. Slaves never exist. They came over on.
One thing about it, I don't teach.
They know what they did.
I don't teach my kids that. I teach them a part of that, but that's not the main focus, because I go way past that.
I agree.
I go back into Moors.
But once that mixed race child read those books and take on those learnings of those school judicial systems, they gonna get that history that the black man started in slavery.
Well, yeah,
the social studies books,
and that's why you gotta change that.
That's why you gotta that's why you gotta love your culture, teach your culture, be a part of your culture, stay within your culture, and thrive within your culture and build your culture up to a massive device where even when somebody else some other culture trying to penetrate us, they can't.
And like I said, the only way you do that is research.
I agree.
And your knowledge.
But you gotta keep it. You gotta keep some things within you.
Yeah, but your knowledge of understanding who you are and where you come from. You know what I'm saying? You pass that down to your kids because the more you feed them, the more they're gonna be eager to learn. So you know what I'm saying? I have to look at history like this, and somebody told me this a long time ago. There's like, okay, if you look into the history books, yeah, they focus a lot on white history, and they focus a lot on black people with slaves. But if you didn't have that wrong, you wouldn't even search for your right. If you didn't read that and be like, hold up, something wrong.
But then you got a lot of people who taking that as face value, which is still not wrong.
And you know, that's why I say, as far as community-wise, parents-wise,
but it's like a Christian. A Christian read the Bible. And within the Bible, it says, do not read no other book and rely on any other book outside of the Bible. Hear me out. And they believe on that. They're not wrong for that. They're 100% right for that. So they're going to take the Bible and they're going to only preach and teach based off what that say. So let's just take a young man who grew up in school, did his first 12 years, a hell of a job, right? Mm-hmm. Boom. Going to his next semi-years, hell of a job. Reading all of those history books that predominantly written by Americanized colonist people, right? Mm-hmm. With their ideologies, with their thought process and everything, he's going to go face value on what he read.
Some of them. You got
True enough.
Some of them, because you got to understand, I grew up in the church. Went to church, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
A true believer of the word. I'm talking about a pastor. Well, we got a lot of pastors that's backsliding.
You know, I say it like this because even though my mother made me go to church, you know, I just always felt like it was something wrong.
True enough.
I'm like, you know, I can't shake that feeling. It's something wrong. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe I'm the type of person that looks more into everything that comes at me as far as knowledge. I pretty much break it down and use what I feel that's good information and delete the rest. And I think that's what we got to be. We can't take everything for truth value. We have to research it ourselves.
Okay, I got a question for you. Because you said that, Barry Sanders.
I'm not here.
He got another coaching job, leaving the old high school. I'm sorry. He was started off coaching high school, then he got a coaching job at the HBCU, led him to two back-to-back championships. I'm sorry. What did I say? Who I say?
Barry Sanders.
I'm sorry. Deion. My bad.
I thought you were about to talk about the barbecue.
My bad. Nobody outside of the community is accepted to the barbecue. Led him to 2 championships. Mm-hmm. Now he's taking a job at a white college. How do you feel?
Man, they stole the man wallet and watch. I'll be out too.
Would you?
But I mean,
listening to. I understand that he said that, you know, I will entertain, you know, any forefront, you know, college. I mean, you know, he took a hell of a pay upgrade. So for that part, if you're gonna chase the bag, chase the bag. You know what I'm saying? But to lead forth, you know,
sometimes people leave on a good note. You know what I'm saying? Why leave when you're down?
Yeah, he definitely left on a good note.
You know,
2 championships. He built up the school.
Why can't I leave when I'm up?
Yeah.
Why can't I leave my legacy? That, you know what I'm saying? This is what I came to do. So this is what I got done. So you want me to leave when we losing?
No.
You want me to leave when we down?
No, we want you to give.
I gave you my knowledge.
As an ultimate athlete that you were, and a hell of a coach that you were. We want you to stay within our community.
Guess what? At one time, I was a hell of a security guard.
Okay, we'll secure our community, right? We'll secure our community.
I moved up
to be a police officer.
Nah.
We also want a police officer to come on the show, man.
Oh yeah.
We definitely want a retired cop. We definitely want a current cop. You know, we got some things that we want to discuss with y'all as well.
But you know, I don't look at him different. I look at him like this. You know, he came.
He saw it.
He
He conquered.
He got a hell of a
resume.
hell of a career. I mean that. You talking about scratching all the way back to the goddamn 80s, man. You know, he's a hell of an icon.
Hands down.
He always been a hell of a motivator. If you watch his games, man, he was always hyped. Always, you know, like talking shit. Come on, baby, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? He was always about motivating the next person. And, you know, he just was that inspirational person that was on his team that kept the team going, and they did a pretty good job, you know, them years that they was running like that.
Oh, man, one thing I will say, I believe that our culture is so we so high up on athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my thing is, if I came and I built this legacy, and I felt like the lesson that I was trying to give out, the lesson that I was trying to teach,
one thing
has been reached, it's time to pass the torch.
Now, I will say that part. His resume speaks for itself. Even on that aspect, from being in that school, you know what I'm saying? He won. 2 years there. It was a 4-year deal. He was only there 2 or 3 years. 2 years, he still had whatever.
Right.
He won. You feel me? I just feel like I don't know, man. Like, I'm poetically black, man. Let's do it for your people. If anything, they should have gave him more money. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that could have been one of the choices to give him more money. But at the same time,
but you never know what another man got to deal with, though. You never know.
At the same time, he might have been, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, we came, we did this. It's time for me to move on, do something different. Mm-hmm. I mean, we all feel like at some point...
We got to stop mobilizing our
right, at some
our
point in
efforts.
life, we feel like, okay, it's time to move on, time to do something different. I mean, what's the difference? Only because he's in the public eye? You know how many people wake up every day and be like, you know what? I'm not going into this job today.
It's your own perspective. It's your own perspective. You right. It's your own perspective.
So at this time in his life, he probably looking at it like, hey, we came, we conquered. You know what I'm saying? It's on to the next.
He could have went to another HBCU.
I mean, he could have went there.
I don't know. Hey, one thing I say, I'm not for advancement.
I mean,
advancement in the white schools, but
at the end of the day,
you're gonna go to school.
You know, if you're looking at it from the standpoint as a job and your effectiveness as a job, you know what I'm saying? What do? We start out when we kids, we work at McDonald's. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? True. Then, you know, as we get older, we be like, you know what? I'm getting older now, so now I need a different career. But you might be the shit at McDonald's. Everybody know you. Motherfuckers in the drive-thru and shit. You on fries. You killing it. You work in the lobby. You know, what's up, DJ? What's up, dog? You know what I'm saying? But when you get to that certain age, you know, you go to them and be like, you know what? I'm looking for different opportunities. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? I'm building myself.
That's why I'm all for build your own shit, dog. That's why, man. Well, I'm trying so hard. I'm working hard right now, so my kids don't have to work at McDonald's and Burger King. I mean, no shop for the ones that do, because I started at a young age at a movie theater. You feel me? So
right. Well,
you gotta start, but we just at this age
opening our kids' eyes. Like, you know, right now my kids are, you know, 2 of my kids are younger. You know, but I teach all my kids about their credit.
Yep.
Their bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? I teach them about investing. Mm-hmm. I invest for them. So, you know, at the age they at now, the stocks and everything that they have, depending on the economy and the way they go, by the time they get 20 to 30 years old, they already had a foot in the door, footprints. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? 2 stocks and bonds and everything. And how to, you know, use their credit and what they credit.
It's a new day and age, man. It's a new day and age, because what we got to understand is the dollar is going to one day be exempt.
Right.
You know, we only going to have currency through, you know, or the dollar is very going to be low class. You already see how it's fading out now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. Why do we have singles? for strip clubs. That's it. Niggas ain't even really throwing stingers at strip clubs no. Yeah, they is. But still, we ain't nothing 99 cents no more. Ain't nothing really $5 no more. So you know what I'm saying? So everything is increasing. So we got to be able to move and learn ourselves.
Right.
And while we learn, teach the ones that's coming up next.
You gotta look at economy-wise. Everything goes up. I mean, when I first started driving, I think gas was like 89 cents a gallon. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at the way the economy moves. Everything's get higher. You know, companies, they get more greedy.
Yep.
You know, their best interest to them is to make more money and more money and more money
at a lower quality.
Exactly.
Because the quality is everything. Everything is going down now.
You think about years ago. Well, I'm not gonna even say. Let's say pre-pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
You go out to eat. You have so much food on your plate.
You got something to take home.
You got something to take home. Go out now and get a plate. They done raised the price on the food, but you don't get as much food as you used to get.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you paying double for less.
I agree.
So only thing that means is the company is making more money, and you get less product.
Yep. Everything is going up. Everything is going up.
So you got to figure, if you work for a company and they want you to do a job with 2 people, but only pay you,
a job
for one. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you should feel when you go out to a restaurant and basically they charging you double.
So should you tip as 2?
I mean, now they force you.
I was just about to say they are adding gratuity on everything, whether you're doing it or not.
It's certain restaurants I go to, and the tip is so outrageous, dude, for shitty ass service.
Yeah.
I don't even eat there.
Yeah.
Especially if I know.
I've never really been a fan of eating out, but it's like now it's like really why are you
right
the service? I mean, everybody understaffed.
Yeah, I pick and choose where I go.
Everybody understands.
Everybody's not gonna pimp me for my dollar.
That's why the best things I like to do. I like to catch that black person on Facebook that I know.
Mm-hmm.
My sister Tony, she be like, I'm selling dinner. All right, if I'm buying a dinner, I'm buying it from her.
Right.
I know she clean. Send us up a meal up here. Let's eat while we doing this podcast, sis. Oh, as a matter of fact, she doing a cleaning service now. So come clean the studio or something. Shit.
Well, I'm known for stopping at little barbecue joints on 7 Mile down there by Coney.
On grass shit.
At the church. Give me a barbecue sandwich.
Give me something, man. Give me something black. Let me leave my dollar with a nigga. I be like, I'll leave my dollar with a nigga before I go get some poor service and be treated wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of places, man. You can't expect for me to tip $20 when I'm barely getting $1 worth of service. If I'm waiting for 2 hours for a meal,
I seen this meme on Facebook, right? It was a video, my bad. I seen this video on Facebook. He said, we work, we pay taxes off every dollar we make.
Right.
We pay taxes on an hour. Then we live in society. We pay taxes on everything we buy. We paying double taxes.
No, we get double pimp for sure.
Oh, we get our taxes back on. No, you're only getting it back off of some of what you work and what you gross of throughout the tax season and the tax, all of that shit.
Right.
If you got businesses, you get your little special tax write-offs and all of that. But everything we do is to pay.
Yeah. I mean, off your ideals, anything.
Anything. You could be a business owner and you still giving it to, you own your house. Yeah, you still paying taxes on your house.
Exactly. I mean, United States
is a game.
It's not a country. And I tell people that all the time. United States is not a country. United States is a business.
Man.
We are the product.
All the way to your Social Security number.
We are the product.
You better stop playing.
People don't understand. When they give you that Social Security number, it's just like giving you a barcode.
Yeah, it's a life insurance policy. So once you die, the USA gets that life insurance policy.
And they sell you a dream because they tell you
you
work all your life, you make it to 65, you never have to work anymore. we're going to give you Social Security. But here's the thing. Everything that we sell and make is byproducts and has some type of biological chemicals in it that's going to give you some type of disease at one point that's going to kill you. So if you got, say, over 1 million people that never make it to 65, where does that money go?
To the government. To the government.
It's a cruel game. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that the life that they promote, they don't want you
the American
to run,
dream.
right. They don't want you to have your own business. They need workers.
No, yeah.
You know what
Workers
I'm saying?
and consumers, baby.
Yeah, they need
That's what they
workers
preach
'cause
for.
They gotta have so many dollars coming in.
Look at how they run the school system. You go to school, you got to be there at that specific time. You sit in those specific classes until that bell ring. That bell don't dismiss you. The teacher dismiss you. They done got teachers. That bell don't dismiss you. I dismiss you. Then keep you a couple minutes and leave.
But what are they teaching you?
They teaching you how to be a consumer and a worker.
Exactly.
So
that's what it is. That's what they teaching you.
And that shit
They're not teaching you about finance. They're not teaching you about your
credit
credit.
Understanding.
The important shit that you need.
How to do your own taxes.
Right. They're not teaching you the important things you need to survive. They're teaching you shit that's gonna keep you
needing
workforce.
Yep.
You know.
That's why I say, man, okay, that's what y'all gonna teach my kids, but then I'm gonna teach my kids this at home.
And I tell people,
and I'm gonna show them this at home. Yeah, I work a 9 to 5, but I got this business, this business, this business. So if anything ever happened to me, I got kids that you can take this, or this, right, or y'all can all do all of them and create a legacy and grow from there. And so y'all should never have to necessarily work for anybody. You can just build for yourself.
Well, I tell a lot of people, don't leave the responsibility of teaching your kids up to the public school system.
Any school system.
That's also your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And I look at it like
it can add on. Let it add on.
Let it add
on because you got these schools that these Votech centers and things like that you know, so let it add on.
And you got to teach your kids patience. Patience to the point where, I mean, everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to be famous. That takes time. Even if you research a lot of people that, you know, have made it to certain situations and made it to a certain point, that shit took time. Mm-hmm. They didn't just, you know, jump out the house one day and be like, hey, I want to do this. Now I'm a millionaire. I mean, people done slept in cars. They don't work jobs and shit they didn't want to work.
We want to go from A to Z and skip over the rest of it.
So, you know, I always look at this commercial, and it's a Geico commercial. It trips me out all the time. I look at the commercial, and, you know, they say Geico started in, I think it was like 1929 or something like that. And, you know, it gets me to thinking, and I say this a lot, it gets me to thinking like, I wonder how small his office was
at that time
in 1929. You know what I'm saying? But he started in 1929. Look at what the company has became
in 2022.
So just imagine if you start a company in your basement,
Amazon,
you know, and you work forth and you get your family involved, your kids involved. One of them going to take interest, and just think they're going to be able to say one day, you know, my dad or my mom started this business in her basement. Mm-hmm. And right now we global.
Look at it now. And that's the goal of creating a legacy where it starts with you and it goes so deep into your generation to generation where it's crazy.
And I
that
see
you don't see it, but just a feel that it could start from you and you just obligated to do.
And I see so many black people start business, then they feel at some point they fail, so they stop.
Man, my business is not for me to succeed or fail. My business is for me to continue.
Exactly.
That's right. Man.
So, you know, when it seems like when they stop, they don't get the motivation to start back. But you got to understand, it's billions of people on this planet. You just got to motivate people enough, you know what I'm saying, to get them interested in what you're doing. And if you stop promoting and you stop building, you'll never get that audience. You know what I'm saying? So no matter if you feel like I don't care if my shit sit on a shelf. I'ma still promote it.
That's
I'ma
my
still
thing.
get out
I'm
there
bad
and
at
sell
promoting.
it.
I'm bad at promoting.
I mean, it's like I say, networking and shit that you gotta learn.
Yeah, I'm a believer of quality shit sells itself though.
Yeah, I mean that too, but your personality and who you are and network sells a lot of shit too.
I agree.
Because
I agree.
mean,
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not.
You got to really think. At one point, I wasn't such a approachable people person. You know, but I had to learn to
Are
be.
you now?
I think I'm more of a people's person than I was in the past.
You more of a what?
People's person than I was in the past. You know, right now, you know, as my view and take on things, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause everybody has to be on the same accord, and you know, especially if you got people in the same business as you, they have different ways of approaching things, different ideals, and you want to tap into that because the way you do certain things, people are not used to. So you might be giving them a trick of a trade that they can use. You know,
and I love that too. I love when somebody can network with somebody that's in the same field as them.
Yeah,
and don't feel like this competing. Even though it is.
Well, I never look at it as competing. I look at it as a learning curve.
It's a level of competition in it, though.
This is off track, but I'm going to say it like this. Back in the 80s, you can have drug dealers on the same block, and they all selling drugs, right? Nobody's fighting. Nobody's arguing. Matter of fact, if I run out, I'm going to send my mans down to you so he can cop for you. So it wasn't no competition.
I agree.
Wasn't no competition. Them motherfuckers was working together. Now, they have found something to be jealous of. Well, maybe this person got more money. Maybe this person got this certain female. Now I'm jealous of that person. Now that's when competition comes into play. When you put something in the middle of that.
Man, life is a competition, bro.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. It's really not a competition. People make it a competition.
Life is a competition.
No, life ain't a competition. People make competition. I'm going to tell you why life ain't a competition. Never in your life since we've been kicking it, we brothers, you don't say, you know what I'm saying, I'm competing against you, I want to be better than why? You.
Because you in my community, I'm in your community, we on the same team. So I don't have to compete against you. And you know who we competing against? Them out there.
Everybody in our community should be on the same team.
Right. I agree.
I mean, I'm going to tell you something. If you go out into other
I don't compete with my people.
And ethnic groups,
I freely compete with my people. Sports, all of that. It's friendly competition, you know. But other than that, I'm not. I'm all in it for the bag. We all in. Right. If I got something you got and you can level up, don't forget about me.
Right.
You feel me? I'm all for the coattail effect. We was taught that in school, the coattail effect in politics. I'm all for the coattail effect. We supposed to do that. But I'm not for the coattail effect if you ain't in my community. If you ain't with us, then you against us.
Well, the thing about it is if you're not trying to be part of the community and try to make shit work, I can understand that aspect of it. And that's just like with me and you, when we do our clothing line, it's like if you come up with an idea like, hey, P, I got, these people that, do this service for you, check them out, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa, because we're looking at it, it's not a competition, but we helping each other advance.
That's because we're in the same community.
I mean, every time I get a step up, I pull you up. Every time you get a step up, you pull me up.
Right.
So we always balancing out.
But somebody that you know that's not for your back, that's not for your game.
Yeah, you gotta.
You ain't gonna. I was just about to say you ain't gonna help them knowing that they gonna backburn you at the end of the day.
But we as a community has this thing where even though we got people that's with us and in our same network,
we got those Judases.
We don't even want to pull them up.
Oh no.
We don't even want to lift them because we don't want them to be in a better position than we are.
Because your higher position is is still my success. You feel me? Because I had a hand. If I had a hand in your success, if I had a hand on getting you out the mud, I'm all in for it.
But you got some people that'll look you right in your face and be like, shit, you ain't do shit for me.
Yeah.
I did this on my own.
You know what I don't like? You got, let's say, a security business, and I got a security business. Yours upgoing and prospering. I'm just starting. I come to ask you for information on how to get going, and I gotta pay you, or I should want to sow into you. I should want to sow into you. You feel me? And I understand that some people do it, don't, and understand that. But you shouldn't be giving me the knowledge, saying like, oh, you gotta, I'm about to charge. If we in the same community, and I know you and you big dog and all of this, and you can't help me get to where you at, why not? Because eventually what? We gonna be coinciding. You gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, I'm here because of you. You know what I'm saying?
mean, in some aspects, and some people feel like they don't want anyone doing better than them or getting
On the
more
same
generating more business revenue than them. I mean, within our community, getting us to work together is a tricky thing.
It's gonna always be a Walmart and it's gonna always be a Target.
I mean, it is.
You got Target and you got Walmart. And either you're going to go to Target or you're going to go to Walmart.
Yeah, it's a preference.
You know what I'm saying? But they both slap on Christmas Eve. I mean, on Black Friday. They both slap on Black Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a preference thing. And, I mean, our concept of business, because that's where we lack. We know how to make things. We know how to promote things. But our concept of business is terrible. Our concept of business is fucking terrible. Yeah. I mean, you got to think about it.
In your generation. In our generation, we getting better.
Adidas don't make Kanye money.
Kanye make Adidas money.
Exactly.
Or Kanye made.
So how in the fuck is Kanye going to be fucked without Adidas?
I'm hoping he do some big things, yeah.
I mean, that's why I realize a lot of black people don't know business, don't know how the way shit works.
Because before Kanye went to Adidas, they sales was down the drain.
Exactly. I tell people, even working a 9 to 5, you got to work a 9 to 5, and you got to think of it like this. Don't think of it as being an employee. Think of it as being a boss. Mm-hmm. So if you own your own company and you the boss, what you say goes. So you can't get mad at any company for running the motherfucker the way they want to run it.
Run it. It's their business.
That's their business, because guess what? If I come to Black Sheep and I come to your receptionist desk and put my feet up and just be chilling all on the phone, guess what? I'm in your business. That's what you don't allow.
You gone.
Yeah, it's out of there. So I don't complain about what another person aspect of business is. Because if I have a problem with it, I either leave or go build my own.
And that's what we're trying to teach, man. Build your own.
Yeah.
Build your own.
You gotta roll life off your own rules.
Or help others around you in your company, in your community, build your own. And that's what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to create us a community that once we get everything in this, you ain't got to go nowhere else. Why? Because you can scroll. I need this. And you can scroll. Oh, they did an interview with such and such, make exactly what I need to do, exactly what I need. And you can straight go to them.
And the attention span of black folks has to get a lot better.
Oh, that's because of the social media.
I mean, even with social media, man, we still got to focus on the things that's more important, because, I mean, at the end of the day, it can be a war going on, Holocaust, whatever it may be, Pearl Harbor bombing, and I mean, you just say one thing and everybody's attention is took off the terrors and, shit that's going on.
Whatever they put in the face of social media wins, bro. Whatever it wins, the Kanye West scandal wins.
So you gotta look at what's distracting us so fast, and taking anytime they want to take the focus off something, what I'm saying, let's throw some drama. And
I was just about to say the
news
drama,
out
the
there,
drama and the celebrity.
Yeah.
The black icons,
Right.
because it's always those black people that get demonized and get thrown in the fire and get cast out and get dogged over the media, over social media, over all of the news streams and all of this and all of that.
Because you lacking something in media. And nobody understands what the media is lacking.
What's that?
A black presence. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but you know who it's ran by too.
Right. If you look at the media, everything in the media is pretty much a lot of black news.
Yeah. But anti-black news.
Exactly.
Anti-black news.
Exactly. But
it's to keep us depressed.
Who's protesting it? Because there's a lot of shit that happens in the white community, but guess what? It's not publicized. Not like it is in the black community.
I understand what you're saying for sure.
But I guess we're very interesting.
We are. It's like when you put that mouse in a maze and everybody want to watch over it and see,
right. Like,
which one of them get to the cheese the fastest. Like,
I guess everybody want to see what's going on inside the black community because they very interested in the culture. You know.
Let's add a little bit of drama. Let's see what we get. Let's let Will Smith smack. No, let me chill.
I mean, our culture is exciting.
It is. Our culture. We got the best culture in the world.
We don't have a boring ass. Right.
We are entertaining.
We entertain ourselves.
We great. We strong. We powerful. We smart.
Funny.
We funny as fuck, man. We take over any sport. You can put anybody in any type of classroom, and that classroom is gonna be can be ran by that black man or woman.
But the funniest thing to me, and even my daughter said it, it's like when I was growing up, I grew up with my uncles and my people, they was in military and shit, so we grew up kind of stern like. And the way we looked at things, like it was from a manly point. Everything got to be manly, you know what I'm saying? The way you eat, walk, talk, everything manly, So, at a younger age, we was always taught that any man dancing and shit like that, that's some unmanly shit, you know what I'm saying? But me and my daughter was sitting back and we was watching Chris Brown, and I was like, he was rehearsing for his tribute to Michael Jackson and shit. So I'm sitting back, I was like, this motherfucker can dance.
It's cold. Back in the day, y'all could dance. Back in the day, if y'all was dancing, But you did have that group back in your days that was some breakdancing ass niggas though.
Yeah, they was breakdancing, but breakdancing was looked at like
some jit
totally
back in the
different,
jitting ass niggas.
Like that was looked at like totally different for some reason. Yeah,
grinding and shit like that, like gyrating and shit.
Right, that's what they used to call it. But I was looking at it, made me look at him more as far as let me see
his art. Let
me see what he be doing and shit.
That
you know what I'm saying? I started checking it out. I was like, God damn, I knew of some of his songs, but I didn't know that brother choreograph was so tight.
And he do a lot of it.
And I'm like, he's out cold.
Yeah, he is. Him, Usher.
Well, Usher, man, Usher.
That's back in your day.
Usher the man.
Usher go. I mean, even when you saying Michael Jackson and Prince, like being
Usher still sit on top of the kingdom and just be chilling.
I like asking guys in your generation this. I think I already asked you before, but I'll put you in front of them. Was Prince gay?
Who?
Prince.
Hell no.
Prince wasn't gay?
Hell no.
All right, I'm just asking.
I'm going to tell you something. There's a couple of motherfuckers in generations that can pull shit off. that makes shit happen.
That's what everybody say. That's what everybody say.
I remember when you couldn't be no homosexual in no type of way.
Right.
I mean, it was considered basically a mental disease.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got Sean Allen got her comedy show canceled because she was, homosexual. But certain motherfuckers got a pass.
Mm-hmm.
George Michael, Boy George, Prince, Rick James.
I'm Rick James, bitch. What?
Man, Rick James, all them dudes used to dress like women. I don't care what caliber people say. They used to dress like women. But you got to think of Prince. He wasn't no homosexual. Prince loved some women.
He did.
You know, Rick James.
Was he bisexual?
No,
bisexual?
he just loved women. I mean, women thought
was
that
he flamboyant? Like
he was like a mixture of
was he before his time or something? Like I mean, like guys now do some of the stuff that you know.
He was a mixture of entertainment, R&B, and pimp. Cause you see them pimps wear all that wild shit, you know what I'm saying?
R&B, okay.
You know,
all
so
right, okay.
It was like
I for sure see the pimp for sure.
So it's like you got certain type of females that you attract by the way that you act. So it's a lot of females that like that thug type dude, you know what I'm saying? So they go after thug type dude. Then you got the chicks that like, you know, the nerdy type, Braston type, you know what I'm saying? But then you got them females that like that far out shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, wearing pants with your ass cheek out and shit. You got to be a different type of motherfucker to wear some pants.
Allow yourself
and
to
look and feel confident than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I mean, Prince was a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And he had some fine ass women.
He definitely had some fine.
Rick James, wow.
Wow.
He went to jail for crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And still got out on that
and
crazy
you see guys
shit.
pulling that in today's.
I mean, dude, it can be done.
It can.
I mean, you got some wild dudes.
Do I agree with a lot of it? Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, yeah for the not even yeah for the. Do I agree with it? No, man, because you got to be a man, bro. You got to be a man.
Wow, man. No, matter of fact, you say, do we got it now? Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Nas X.
But
now he's on that wild shit, and really can't nobody say where he's coming from. Because it's mixed right now, and don't nobody know.
Oh, they know for sure.
You know,
they know for sure. With Lil Nas X, they know for sure.
I mean, we can
no
go back and forth.
With no disrespect to Lil Nas X, because he make hell of a music for him and his culture. He actually makes music for his culture. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, I can always give you a perspective of what you assume.
True, and I was just about to say, to the ones who don't know, he will give you that allure. But he for sure.
I mean, he gets wild. Think about people like what's my man name, Manson or some shit. The singer, dude, I forgot his name.
Man, don't give me the going, man. I'm horrible with names.
I mean, Lady Gaga. I mean, people that just do.
I mean, but they make hell of. I was just about to say they make hell of a music.
They make hell of a music.
To me, I'm not worried about your lifestyle. It's the art that you distribute.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
And I think you got to realize sometimes people don't even live that lifestyle that they promote.
Yeah.
Every gangster rapper is not a gangster.
Say that. Every rapper ain't a gangster.
you know what I'm saying?
But they sure can make some hell of a gangster rap and let you think that it is.
You know, so
you know what I'm saying?
Everybody that rap ain't been shot. Everybody that rap ain't sold cocaine. Everybody that rap ain't did a drive-by and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
They can put a hell of a tune. I mean, they can put a hell of a lyric to a beat and make a hell of a lot of music. And a lot of the music they rap don't write. Or they rap. A lot of the music that they rap, they don't write.
Remember in what's that Malibu's Most Wanted?
That's my shit.
When they got the two black guys like they was gangsters.
And they was actors.
That's how shit goes sometimes.
Yeah.
When you go in the studio and you go to these big record companies,
it's art, but it's hell of an art though.
Yeah, we like you.
All the black people, to me, all it's doing is saying that I can paint a picture and show you a description that'll give you a fantasy.
I need to change your image, and we need to make you a little bit more rugged.
But that's what they doing to us.
Right, that's what
they doing to us.
And most people look at it and be like, you know what? You about to pay me to just do this? Why not?
Why not? I can feed generation to generation.
I heard Monique ask Steve Harvey. She was like, Steve, when we was on the phone, and I asked you, was I in the wrong? You told me no. Steve Harvey said, and you can look at this shit yourself. Steve Harvey was like, I know, I told you that you wasn't wrong, but we talking about the bag. And you got to look at it. Some people base everything on that bag.
Morals and principles.
Exactly.
Acting out of
so
character.
all that shit got to go. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta know somebody's intent, man.
Some things people don't say all because of the bag. And I remember one interview they did on the, I think it was for the BET Awards, or one of them award show, and they was talking to Young Thug, and they say, "Well, what do you feel about police brutality in this country?" Young Thug was like, "Man, we ain't talking about that. We talking about all this ice I got on and shit." Because he didn't want them to bait him
on his political views.
Right, in that conversation.
You got rappers, Lil Baby. What he said in the rap? He said he was talking on it, but then he said it's so much I can't say because they gonna judge me.
Man.
So they know what's going on. They just can't speak on it.
I mean, there's
it's only so much they can say.
Right, you can only subliminal say certain shit.
To make my culture feel like I got your back. I got y'all
back.
So
you got to look at it.
Or I see it.
People look at Jay-Z and Beyonce and be like, why they don't speak on this? Why they don't speak on that? I mean,
that's outside their range.
Politically, it's so much shit they can only say.
Yeah. It's outside their range.
Because, I mean, look at the type of business they conduct. They not making no small ass deals. They doing major deals. So you know how much funding that'll cut off if they offend people? Mm-hmm. Because I don't give a fuck what people say. Jay-Z and
they gotta watch
Beyonce,
what they say.
They still do a lot of shit for the black community. And what people don't understand, they be like, well, I don't see it. Just because you don't see it don't mean it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? You got to realize where this man came from. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he ain't forgot by a long shot, but he feel like I can help you more being in the position that I am than, you know what I'm saying, being blocked and being persecuted in the media. You know what I'm saying? So let me do it from where I'm at right now. Because I mean, you already know you can be right here, but once you get right here, black people ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, but certain stuff you got to speak on though, bro.
I mean, you got enough people. You got those people that are leaders.
Well, that's
speakers.
Then
you got those people that make shit happen behind the scenes. Everybody ain't got to be at the podium.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody can't have that front face. Everybody can't have that stand for.
I mean, you got to look at it. When Martin Luther King was at the podium, then after he got assassinated, Jesse Jackson tried to take the podium. He couldn't do it. Don't nobody want to hear Jesse. We wanted to hear Martin Luther King. You know, as popular as
they wanted,
as popular as Farrakhan is, you know what I'm saying, and well spoken of a man as he is, and the knowledge that he gives out. If Malcolm X was alive today, there would be no Farrakhan. It'll be a Farrakhan, but he won't be as prominent as he is today. And, you know, it's not a knock against you, Farrakhan, because I think you're an excellent speaker, but we have, and you must agree with me, we have them people that come up in a lifetime that motivates and network.
But you don't think that those are those generational changers, though?
They are the generational changers. Yeah. Why do you think they come up dead?
See, what I was about to say.
So you got to think about that. I mean, you got people like Martin Luther King dead. We replace him with Jesse Jackson. You know what I'm saying? You got to think Malcolm X. We replace him with Farrakhan. I mean,
or not sense in the disrespect.
No, not sense in disrespect. These are,
or even in the hip hop game.
These are leaders, but you know what I'm saying? They only have a certain amount of pull, a certain amount of, you know what I'm saying, information that they're giving out that people are really paying attention to and listening.
Right.
I mean, you got to think about it. Tupac Shakur, he was turning a generation. I mean, I got to explain something to people, you know, and
give them your thought.
And people think certain shit. So let me explain it to them. When I was younger, I did shit that I did when I was fucking younger. that doesn't mean I don't change who I am as I grow. And you got to understand when people say, oh, you're a fucking gangster, you're a thug and shit like that. That shit was at that period of time.
As you grow, you learn. As you
start
learn, you grow.
Grow and understand how my mind works and how people work and my moral concepts that I was taught even though I wasn't following them at that moment. All that shit comes into play. So when you speak a gangster rap and you speak of Tupac Shakur, you got to understand at some point in his life he realized that it's more to life than just being a gangster, it's being a thug. Let's think about these people. Let's think about our kids. Let's think about our mothers. Let's think about our communities, our fathers. And see, when he accepted that knowledge and accepted that concept and wanted to change, his voice was too powerful. Mm-hmm. So if you listen to him beyond rap, if you listen to him speak politically, you knew what type of person that the government was dealing with. Then you'll understand why he's dead.
Yeah.
So anytime you got somebody that speaks,
that becomes outspoken,
right, and
can gain a mass with what he say,
exactly, you are.
He's too powerful, especially within his culture. One thing they said in a Malcolm X movie that they played, they said that's way too much power for one man. So anytime I speak, I'm so well spoken where I can change your concept and change your mind in the way that we doing things and getting people to work together. I'm dangerous because guess what? The government wants to lead. They don't want anybody else leading. They don't want anybody else fucking with the mind. They don't want you to have a free mind.
So, you got to understand the media, the music, and all that shit, the education that they give is mind control. Mm-hmm. So, if they have all the resources for mind control, then I just come along and my words alone is changing the mindset. Mm-hmm. I got to fucking go. Mm-hmm. That means I'm too damn powerful.
I was just about to say, especially when you against what we are trying to portray. Mm-hmm. What? No, you cannot do it.
You got to say everything that the government does has a purpose, and the purpose is always to maintain power.
Definitely.
So I mean, if you go anywhere outside of that and think it's any beneficial it's not beneficial for you at all.
And then on top of maintaining power, it's always a sense of like they it's like a maze. Like remember when I alluded to the mouse in the maze?
Right.
They only giving you what they want you to see. It's
right.
That limited resources. It's the poverty-stricken area. Detroit looks so bad and all of this and not showing nothing good or showing good in spurts.
I mean, you gotta look at it. When I was growing up and they show you an Africa commercial, it's always kids with big ass stomachs and they skinny and they dying in the road. I'm like, God damn, I don't ever want to go to Africa.
Bad knees, kneeling down.
Yeah, so it's
drinking mud water.
Once I started traveling out the country and seeing different places, I'd be like, shit. I mean, it's no different than any of our cities. You go somewhere, it's nice places. You go somewhere, it's bad places. You gotta research and understand, okay, I can go here, but I can't go there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So anytime, they give you this concept of everybody in fucking Africa starving or living in the huts, that shit is not true.
So that's a preference, bro. We only gonna see it from what's being viewed to us. Unless we going over there.
Exactly.
You don't know what's going on over there.
But
unless
see,
you're dealing with their laws and guidelines.
They give you that view. They give you that concept
and make you run from there.
And guess what? Because they real smooth the way they do it. They don't say all these motherfuckers over here starving and dying. They just show you a picture and let you build it up in your mind.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep on flashing this picture.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep on showing you this picture.
We didn't give you that mindset.
Right.
We said this.
And I'm gonna tell you, for 49 cents a day,
you can feed these many families.
So you're thinking like, God damn.
I'll be like, bro, what are they eating? For 49 cents a day, how many families can we feed in America?
So, I mean, they not telling you shit. They just
showing you,
feeding you little bits of information. But that information that they're showing you is swaying your opinion.
Yep.
I mean, you got to think about it. Look at this. All the cultures that we come in contact with, who sway their opinion?
The culture.
No, the media.
All the cultures that we come in contact with?
The media.
Are you talking about us?
About us.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
The media.
Yeah.
When you meet somebody that's basically Chinese or Japanese that never met a black person and never interacted with a black person,
off what they see
going by what they see on the media or what they hear in the rap music. So if I see negative ass images on the news and negative, you know what I'm saying, words of violence from music, when I meet you in person, you know, I meet one, I'm like, shit.
I'm gonna stand back too.
Right, you the worst of the goddamn worst. Right here in flesh.
The way you said that fucked me up. You said how like that shit. Gouge me in the side.
You know, man. you gotta look at the shit because the way the media and people display us are all negative, dude. Ain't nothing good about it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing good about it.
But then once you come into, but then it's once we look on the outside and we sit back, everybody want to be us.
And we gotta understand
from fashion.
We gotta look at what we glorify too. And I think people are starting to change because, you know, like Ice Cube, E40, Too Short, dudes like them that still, you know, putting the music out, Snoop Dogg,
right?
You know, Dre, sometimes Eminem. You know, them dudes, yeah, we were back then, but we still gonna put our music out because the shit that y'all talking about now, you know what I'm saying, is not for our people. And it's basically fucking us up. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you have a choice of what you listen to, but we still gonna.
But that's just mainstream music, though.
Mainstream music,
because
you
then
know,
you can say that. Then you can say you got them Kanye. I mean, not. Oh, excuse me. I meant to say J. Cole's, them Kendrick Lamar.
Right. I mean,
them
but
Wale's,
you got to think of what we
got
choose.
people like that.
You got to think of what we choose to listen to and what's put out there. Because I'll give you a prime example. When have you ever heard Garth Brooks and somebody else beefing and shit that got the same country?
When have you ever heard? Or when have you ever heard two R&B artists beefing?
If they gonna slug it, they gonna slug it out. Yeah. They're not gonna do it on wax. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The biggest. I want to say the biggest audience is the hip hop audience. Everybody is listening to hip hop. So that energy that they spew out, sometimes it only affects our community. You know what I'm saying? You get a few in the white community, the Asian community that get affected by it, but not as many
because I'm like,
folks
that want to be a part of our culture.
Not as many people as, you know, black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was, I tell you, one guy I like, Blind Fury.
Who?
Blind Fury. It's a blind dude. He's a white dude. And
he blind?
Yeah, he's blind. But he can go. I mean, he can go, dude. He was like on what was that show they used to have back in the day? I think it was on BET. Everybody used to watch with Free and all that. What was
no, I don't remember.
I can't think of the name of the show, but they used to have like little rap battles, 106 apart.
Okay.
They used to have rap battles on there. My man Blind Fury used to be on there. You know what I'm saying? Also the Asian dude. It was an Asian dude, and this motherfucker used to spit fire, dude. He was cold.
I remember the Asian guy.
Now, I mean, so you got to look at it. Hip hop music.
I mean, but you gonna always have those that dibble in though. It's always you got those in the mainstream, you got those in the local, you got those in comedy, you got those in everything that we do.
My
our
thing
whole
is,
group of entertainment.
It don't affect
their
a lot of them as it affect us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they might take it, their culture might take as face value, like, yeah, if I go get mad, I don't go pick up an AK and, you know what I'm saying, and just spray the whole, you know what I'm saying, neighborhood. They just saying it in context of how they might feel or, you know, what somebody else did.
It's like the back in the day when the politicians' kids used to listen to rap music.
Right.
They didn't want them to because of what they could or couldn't do and knowing that they wasn't going to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I see what you're saying.
The way it's affecting a lot of our kids is not understanding and doesn't have the right people around them, you know what I'm saying, to show them the way. They feel like, okay, if it's there, I had to do this. To get that respect. Because if I let you just speak on my man, and I don't come around the block and you know
it's
what
like
I'm saying?
Back then they used to speak about doing it and wasn't doing it. Now they doing it and rapping about it, putting it in the music
and going to jail. You must be out your goddamn mind.
Not care. I was like, man, like all type of drill music and everything.
I remember being a young kid and I asked a dude that I knew was selling drugs. What you do, man, for a living? You know. I do construction.
Yep. It was always construction and build on houses. Remodel houses.
They weren't about to tell you what was going on with their business. They weren't about to tell you who they got into it with. Man, I heard so many dudes be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
But you want to know what fucked it up? The music back then was saying it, y'all wasn't doing it. But y'all was making it seem like y'all was doing it. So these young niggas be listening to that music and was like, oh, I got to do what I hear. And now they doing it and hearing it.
Yeah,
they hearing it and doing it. They doing it and putting it out there.
I know a lot of dudes, you know what I mean, professionally and just on like street level back in the day when we used to go to shows and we go out of town. A lot of these dudes went zero to what they was talking about. You never hugged the block. You
ain't did
held
nothing.
a gun or nothing.
And they would tell you. This is just art that I'm putting out.
Right.
This is art. But once it go over that air,
it's gone, baby.
It's your lifestyle. It's your lifestyle. They don't see the architecture you, the artist you. They don't see I'm painting a picture you, the mural you, the I'm making money you. They see what you putting out.
And a lot of, I tell a lot of people, even for back in my days, a lot of these rappers lived through people that they knew in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
People that really did that shit. They just was telling that story.
Or something that they could relate to.
Right.
Or if I was in this position, hey, I do it. It wasn't like I was actually just out here doing it.
So people got to understand, it's a thin line between reality and fiction when it comes to music. And when it comes to music, movies, and shit like that. No. Fantasy is fantasy. And some shit, true. But you know what I'm saying? You got to separate it as an individual, and it's not for everybody. Just because I'm a gangster don't mean you have to be a gangster.
Because you wasn't put in that position to do what I had to do.
Right. So, you got to look at it like, a lot of times people be
Robin
like...
Hood did what?
People be like, the Snowman, Jeezy, he's not a gangster. Jeezy, he's not a gangster. He hung around gangsters. He's seen gangster shit happening. He might have dibbled and dabbled in some shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a lot of dudes like that have come dibble dabble in some shit, be around us, but they want us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you say...
Yeah, reap the benefits.
Right. So if you say,
but they weren't claiming it. If
you say Big Boy, Big Boy? Yeah, I know Big Boy. He a young ass nigga that hang around us and shit, you know what I'm saying? He be with us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Big Boy ain't doing the shit we doing.
Right.
I'm not going to trust Big Boy to go down the street and do what he got to do and, come back because he not like that. Big Boy just that rapping ass nigga that be around that get high with us and shit, be chill.
Soak up the knowledge that y'all be speaking.
I love him like a cousin or like a little brother, you know what I'm saying? Let that nigga through. You know what I'm saying? So he cool from that ass point. I don't expect too much from him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Just show me the love that I always showed you.
Nah, big boy gotta be in the seat.
Right.
Big boy gotta be driving that goddamn car to be speaking of what's going on.
Right.
Shoot.
So, you know, back in the day, this shit, it was easier for them to really fantasize off the music.
Yeah.
Now, these motherfuckers talking too much.
Yeah, I agree.
They telling the truth.
They might.
They tell you the first 48
Yeah.
in the whole fucking song.
On themselves and everybody.
Right.
else.
I went to Coney Island. You know what I'm saying? Popped up at his mama house. Shit, niggas talking shit, so I brought the fucking llama out. You know, it's gone.
Boy. Right then, now you gotta tell them everything else.
Yeah.
You gotta tell them everything else.
You just said it right there, dude.
The police was sitting there like this.
Right, as a prosecutor, I ain't got to do shit.
There go Bob. We got it. We got it. We got it now. He said it.
Did you download the song?
We got it right here on Apple Music. We got it on Apple Music. It's right here.
So, Your Honor, this is about to tell you play by play how everything went down.
We got to his grandma's house. We put the fucking llama out.
Man, my thing is, when they interview these motherfuckers, they be like, yeah, you know, I know these motherfuckers, you know, they snitched on me and shit.
What's your definition of snitching?
You, nigga, you made the whole track. You snitched on your goddamn
damn
self.
That nigga say ain't nobody snitching that category high.
You so stupid, I'ma just turn state evidence on your ass. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of here.
Just pass in your Apple ID.
Yeah, at this point, you done, motherfucker, you done told everything, nigga. I'm telling too. Ain't this a bitch, you know? Dude, you know, they just say the stupidest shit, you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, you know, nigga, if you rapping about yourself, that's fine. Don't say no shit like, tone that down the window and air the whole fucking block out.
And then it's like everybody they with in the whole car getting persecuted.
Right, so they like looking at like, you tone, right? You the one that let down the window and aired the whole block out?
Listen to track 1. 16 seconds in the song, it says,
man,
Tone put down the window. Play it. Now we sit Tone is sitting in the audience like,
right. Oh man, I'm turning state. Fuck that. I'm telling on everybody. Nigga, I'm taking the deal. Y'all can kiss my ass. Y'all
T.I.
stupid
said, I didn't, the prosecutor came to me and said, your cousin dead. Everything, all of them guns can be his and you can go away scot-free.
It ain't my cousin.
T.I. said, yeah, I talked to my cousin, and I had to talk with him, and he said, cuz, I'm dead. I'll take any charge for you right now. And he went on to take the charge. I said, T.I., you a real nigga. He said, that's the only time I snitched. I ain't snitched no other time after that. I say, T.I., yeah, on that charge. Why not?
I mean...
Why not? Why not? In that aspect, man, ain't nobody about to go to jail, right?
Right.
We safe, we secure. And my cousin, they not about to dig cuz up and put no allegations on them or nothing, man. So we safe.
I mean, you got to roll with that.
Hey, for that one, ain't nobody really taking the bullet. But these kids out here nowadays are telling on themselves. They are.
So you know, as looking at the aspect, I also wanted to look at that. I was checking out. I was reading this stature as far as statistics, and they were saying that there's over 40,000 people in the United States still incarcerated under marijuana laws. So they said over probably about, I think it was 20-something thousand in state prison and about 10 or 15,000 in federal.
That's good.
So them are the stats that they give us. So what do you think about that when you hear them numbers?
I mean, first of all, we had people making money off selling drugs. I mean, I don't consider it a drug, but we had people making money off marijuana for years on years until they was able to tax it and put taxation on it in certain states by law. You feel me? They did what they had to do or what they felt they had to do. I feel like now, if everybody, if one state done legalized it, it should be legalized. It should be legalized everywhere, or everybody who went to jail for that cause should
particular
be
crime should be released.
should be released, hands down.
And I say that.
And it should be expunged from their record.
Yeah.
Why? Because the government is prospering off of it.
And I say that to say if we're gonna go to another country,
Oh, yeah.
and pull somebody from that country and negotiate with one of the most dangerous men on the planet.
Yeah. So
Why is it that you have thousands of people still incarcerated
you wanna?
for weed crimes?
Nah, you asking me that question?
Yeah, you can ask.
Okay. Nah, this is how I feel, and I may not be answering it. I'm answering it on my thought process. This is how I feel, right?
Right.
So when I say this is how I feel, you can't nobody judge me on how I feel. So Joe Biden, right, is before he got elected, he said, if you ain't black, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Remember he said that?
Oh yeah.
So now he in office and he's doing things for not necessarily blacks, but okay, he's doing things for other cultures and other groups of people, but blacks may fall into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, blacks got a high rate of student loans, but shit, everybody got a high rate of student loans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shit like that. So in this case, Brittany Griner was a woman, a black woman. That's a civil group. She was a icon, a basketball icon. That's another civil group in itself. She was LGBT. She was a part of the LGBT community.
Right.
That's another group itself.
So
Joe Biden,
3 birds with one stone.
boom. No matter what they got over here in America, what do we thrive on? Social media, the social news. Everybody was looking at him? What Joe about to do? What Joe about to do? What Joe about? This is what he did. This is what his group did.
But Joe let out one of the most dangerous goddamn men.
That's not what the United States. That's not what the government is about to put in the media.
No,
we know that. We know who they just let go.
We
negotiated and got back. They not even gonna say who we let go. They gonna say who we got back. Who we get back? An icon for black woman. Oh, blacks fall in that.
And see, I look at it like, because it's a dude named, I think his name is Paul Willard or Paul Weiner. Mm-hmm. He was in the military, and he's been over there since 2000 and maybe 2008 I think it's 2018, something like that. He's been over there, Paul Willard. Basically, they got him on some type of government espionage. Mm-hmm. And he originally was supposed to get that deal. Now, he's a military op. He was supposed to get that deal, but for whatever reason, the United States didn't want to make that deal. Now, this is one of your veterans that you left staying over there since 2018.
How you think he feel?
And you got a basketball player that's smuggling weed into another country.
Who should know the laws.
And you basically negotiate
dollars for
her motherfucking release for one of the top fucking criminals as far as terrorists,
gun siege, and everything.
I mean, dude, this is a dude that
they say Victor was very close, and he.
Now Paul is the dude that went and fought
for the country.
Did ops missions and shit, went undercover, shit that we want to do at all. Now, I love my black women.
So that's what the government. That's what the government know. The government know that the United States love black women.
I don't care if you an athlete or shit like that. You still got the love, but at the same time, this dude fought for the country and gave his life up. You know what I'm saying? He risked it all. And
at a higher state.
We slammed the door.
All we did was dribble the ball.
Right. Dude, that's a hell of a...
That show you a lot, man.
I know his family is like fucking furious. Like, dude, my father, my uncle gave up his whole life.
He left his family to fight for his country. That to me, I believe that if anybody fought for the country, they should be living like an athlete.
Dude,
now why should they have to pay for anything?
I believe that anybody that fought any war,
they shouldn't have to pay $1 for.
Dude,
society
housing,
everything is
why is
everything
these
is at their
motherfuckers down at
expenses.
the veterans fighting over care.
What? Why do we have homeless
That
veterans?
shit should be free.
Everything. They should be able to walk in, I got a card. And take off whatever, and that business get a stipend because they are government officials.
But I'm gonna tell you how fucked up the system is. I could put in a motherfucking I could put in paperwork to buy a hammer and say I'm buying a hammer for the US military. I can sit there and buy a hammer that's a $300 hammer, and I want 500 hammers for $300. When I can go get a hammer way fucking cheaper. But this is the type of money they blow. But when it comes to their veterans, these motherfuckers outside in the cold. They should have the best mental facilities on this fucking planet.
Grade A.
Everybody.
To me, they should be treated like a president who just left office.
Everybody is not a killer.
Definitely not.
Everybody can't take trauma. So when you send these dudes over here that's going over there for high school, going over there
straight
for
out of high school,
college education, to learn a trade, then you send them over fucking seas and they see somebody bodies get exploded, or they see their best friend get shot in the head. You know what I'm saying? That's trauma.
And then have to come back and live a normal lifestyle like if they basic citizens, like if they just supposed to do a 9 to 5.
On accountability, like we really not giving you shit. Thanks for your service, nigga. You got this piece of paper.
This is what you were supposed to do.
Yeah. You did a service for your country.
Even the ones who get discharged. I still fought. I still participated. I just had a mishap. You know what I'm saying?
I done seen many members of my family, man, come back from the military and them motherfuckers want the same.
Yep.
Totally different.
Yep.
Night and day difference.
Yep. They be like, man, I seen something, nephew. I seen something. I can't explain
it. Yeah, I mean, and it's like, man, the way that society, on top of the government, treat them, it's all bad, dude. And we got to get to a better point in life, not only as a people, a community, and as a race, but just all in general. We have to do better.
We got to flip the coin, man, and stop being tails and become head again. We was there before. We just got to get back. And that's within promoting ourselves, bro, and continue to grow on ourselves.
And I want people to look at history, man, because history is repeat itself.
Thank you.
So you got to understand that in Africa, the Egyptian culture, these motherfuckers wore all the big jewels, wore all the big crowns, had the big houses, pyramids and shit like that. But look at their culture now. At some point, that shit didn't work out for them. We need to find out why, because these motherfuckers was at the top.
But know that the chains are a part of the culture.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, everything.
And it's not just from slavery and being shackled down like they try to deem it to
everything
be.
We doing now is part of our history.
But we just gotta know how not to get fucked over again. Yeah, once we are seeing back to the top, because I definitely agree.
You gotta understand, somebody came in and infiltrated.
Yep.
And once they infiltrated, man, they killed us.
Yep.
So we got to understand, we got to look at that now and peep gang.
And get back to it. I believe it's through self-love, though.
Yeah.
It's through self-love. The true definition of self-love, man. Once we start to learn ourselves and fall in love with the individual part of self and care for that self, spirituality, man.
And we still, like I said, we got to
understanding,
promote. We got to support.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything black, everything that you love, man. Everything.
If we're going to call ourselves family, we're going to call ourselves any type of, ethnic group and solidarity, dude, we got to make it happen. I mean, it's not going to happen on a large scale. It's going to have to happen
increments. Repeatedly small increments, man.
And that's like not only with us.
That's
but with
how you break
kids.
a chain. Yep. And you show your descendants that's after you what you doing, and you hope that they follow the same steps.
Right.
But that's why I say once you show them and you doing it and they seeing it, it's the only thing that they see.
Right. So it's breaking that chain.
It's breaking the chain and it's breaking the cycle.
Right.
You feel me? You gotta buy. It's 365 days in a year. If I'm gonna wear Gucci, however many days out the year, I still got a certain amount of days out the year that I gotta wear regular clothes or any other clothes. Right. I'm gonna wear your clothes. Well, you got a female line. I'm gonna wear my clothes like if it's a Gucci on any other day, on any other occasion that I ain't wearing Gucci.
Well, you gotta look at it. Who supports you best than yourself? Who promotes you best than yourself?
You will always see me with my brand on, and people will say that all the time.
You gotta put yourself out there. I mean, that's what you believe in.
Yeah. Once again, man, like I said, it's the reboot, man. Any and Everything podcast by Two Kings. It's King DJ.
King Perez as usual.
And we back. We back in action, man. If y'all want to come and tap in and sit at this table, if you want to decorate this table, if you want to be a part of this community, if you want to show love in any culture, any nature, any form, tap into us on those platforms. And then get at us. Make sure y'all definitely get at us because we'll get back at you, whether it's me or him. And I don't know, you got anything else to say, man?
I know. We're going to wrap this up.
Whoa. The fuck you for the week.
Oh, yeah. The fuck you.
You got to do the fuck you for the week. I got to do the motivation for the week.
Oh, fuck you for the week is definitely Joe Biden, man. I mean, that deal was fucking terrible, dude. And I know it's a lot of black folks that's like, oh, yeah, Britney's home. Britney's home. He did it, but
which is good for the culture.
I mean, we got fucked.
Pro and con.
I had put up this meme. It was like, it was like Britney's home, and like 2 hours later, it was like a big ass explosion.
Boom.
And I did that for a purpose because you just let one of the most dangerous motherfuckers on the planet. He started out from selling machetes and fucking rifles, dude. Then he went from machetes and rifles to
guns and AKs.
Guns, and I mean, I'm not talking about hundreds. I'm talking about fucking stockpiles, like,
one of the biggest known terrorists in the world.
Right, this dude was supplying everything. He was supplying the cartel. He was supplying foreign, terrorists. And I mean, like, he even supplied the United States, dude. That's how tight he was. This dude had over like 60 airplanes that'll pinpoint precision, drop weapons wherever you wanted it to. If you wanted that shit in the desert, that shit was in the desert.
And we got a basketball player, man.
And we got a basketball player.
A black basketball player.
So
she can dunk, though.
Yeah.
She can slam that bitch. For sure.
Joe Biden's get
the fuck you for the whole week.
Yeah.
So the motivation for the week, lead with this, man. What I'm going to say, I got you. It's 24 hours in a day. Don't let one moment deem your whole day. You still got 23 hours to live your day. So don't have a bad day. You just have a bad moment. So address that bad moment accordingly and continue to live out the rest of your day. Follow that for the next day and then follow that for the rest of the week. And then we're going to have good weeks instead of bad days and bad weeks.
That's what's up.
Damn, that was powerful. Damn, that was powerful. Fuck you, Joe. And then no, I'm playing. I'm talking shit. But all right, man.
All right,
we love y'all like we always do. And we're going to say the same thing. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Get back at us.